speaking. Oh, hold it. Whoops.
Sorry, Mayor.
That's
27th
okay.
of March, Rabbi Levitt, Pele, Yoetz.
We're discussing the pasuk in Mishlei that has the word sheish in it, linen.
You're under a good name?
Yeah. And it says, metaphorically speaking, the soul is adorned with intellectual achievements and is attired in the garb of Torah and wisdom. I don't know, doesn't have anyone attributed to that statement, though. Unless that's the Malbi, maybe.
So we're in the entry Sheish. And
Oh, you moved on.
yeah, we went to Sheish.
It's a stay ray under the shin?
Yeah. Yes, yep. And so the Pele Yoetz is talking about sheish as he understands that it's referring to linen. So it says in the Eshes Chayil of Friday nights, sheish ba'argamon levusha. So if sheish is linen and argamon is dyed wool, levusha, that's her clothing. So it's difficult to say, and according to the Pashut Pshat, that this Eshes Chayil is wearing linen and wool in her clothing.
Ah.
So that's what we're investigating at the present moment.
Yeah.
So
I don't see anything about that though.
Yeah, this would be
oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I do have a let's see, this is the Yakut Shimon. He says the clothing in this verse refers to the priestly garments. So that can be linen and wool. It says when the angel came to Abraham, they foretold that Sarah would give birth to a son from whose descendants there would be high priests who would wear clothing made from techelet and argamon, or blue and purple wool. And that's a Yalkut Shimoni.
So it's going on the descendants of Sarah who were Kohanim Gedolim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Yalkut Shmoni.
Interesting.
Right. The Kohen Gadol, he has shatnez. Right. Right.
Okay. Very good.
Okay. All right. So we'll with that we will continue with the second paragraph. It is good. And we're going to go to Alan to continue the reading.
Okay, what page is it?
371.
On linen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, the second paragraph. It is good.
Yeah. It is good for a person to prepare his shrouds while he's still in his prime. He should make them as he desires, and they should be ready for him, for a man does not know his time or his place. He might die on the eve of Shabbat. After midday, the eve of a festival or on any day near nightfall. And due to his shrouds not being ready, they will have to postpone his burial until the next day. It's a blemish and a great pain to the soul. But if the shrouds are already prepared, hasten the burial. Alternatively, a person might die on the road and be buried there without shrouds. Therefore, it is good for the shrouds to be prepared ahead of time and that he should bring them with him wherever he goes. As a result, he will constantly remember the day of death and go in the path of the righteous.
Okay.
So if you're prepared with the shrouds, it says that you should bring them with you and you will constantly remember the day of death and go in the path of the righteous.
Yeah, that's the Eitzah. How does one go in the path of the righteous? By remembering the Yom HaMisa.
Wow.
So these tachrichin, or shrouds, as they translated, they remind a person of the Yom HaMisa. Everybody should live until 120. As Hashem. Bis 120. Okay. So that's the story with. Oh, and he told us that the shrouds are made of linen. That's what the first paragraph was about. Okay. Talis should be made of linen with linen tzitzis. Not wool tzitzis, linen tzitzis. That's interesting also. Okay. A round of applause for Sheish. And page 371, hooray! And now we go to Shisha. Very related word to Sheish.
Tikirik under the shed?
Let's
Yeah.
see here what they
With
put.
the Shisha, yeah.
Pirik under the first shin and a kametz under the second. So that's Shisha. So we go to Meir to continue, please.
Okay. It says the Kabbalist wrote that a person needs to be very careful regarding the number 6. To say the 6th, which is the unification of the Holy One, blessed be He, and His divine presence. A person should also be careful when writing. For example, when he writes the ketubah for a Friday wedding, he should write the 6th day. And when he writes the number of chapters, he should write the 6th chapter. Likewise, he should be careful in all similar situations. This is especially so when he says the song of the Levites. He should say, today is the 6th day, and he should have in mind to unify the Holy One, blessed be He, and His divine presence, which are the esoteric spheres of Yesod and Malchut. These matters are long established.
So what's
I wonder how that works.
yeah, what are we saying over here exactly? a person needs to be careful regarding the number 6 to say the 6th, not to say shisha, like the entry says, but to say
Said Shesha?
hashishi. What?
Oh, hashishi? Okay.
That's what it says in the Hebrew.
Okay.
B'mispar shisha kasvu hamikubolim. In regard to the number 6, the mikubolim write shetzorik lizaher harbe. One should be very careful to say ha-shishi. Why? Shehu yichud kuchabrichu ushechinte. Oh, so you want to know why is ha-shishi yichud kuchabrichu ushechinte?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that?
Just,
Maybe he didn't explain that. Oh, so until now he was talking about orally, to say. Now he's talking about writing.
about writing it too. Yeah.
Kagon kishikosev ksuba. Bashishi yichtov bayom ha-shishi. So don't write bayom shishi. Don't write bashishi, but write bayom ha-shishi. Ukashikotev prokim. When you write chapters, yichtov perek ha-shishi. Be very careful with this in all situations, all times, without exception. Especially on Friday morning in davening. Hayom Yom Hashishi.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if you still have your sitter out from the time that we were looking into Eishes Chayil.
Oh, yeah. Let's
see what it says there. I'll bet that it doesn't say that. It says Hayom Yom Shishi. Doesn't say a hey.
Find where it is. Avenue sex for sitter. Sure. Maybe it's at the end.
Yechavin liyached kutsha bricho ushechinte yisodu malchus adroy matikin. And when he does this, when he says this hashishi, when he writes hashishi, he should have kavanah that he's been miyached kutsha bricho ushechinte. HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his divine presence are a unity. Here, actually, people talk about the Shechina, right? The Shechina, the Hashras HaShechina, the Shechina should be Shora. What is that Hashem? Is that something else? What is that? In English, they translate it as the divine presence. But what does that mean? It's Hashem? It's not Hashem. It's some other chas v'shalom. We cannot say that it's some other divine entity apart from Hashem. There's only one divine entity, and that's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So what's it mean, Shechina? So this hashishi, for some reason, I'm not familiar what the Mikubolim say over here, what the connection is between saying hashishi as opposed to saying or writing shishi without the hey. but it involves the yichud of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and His divine presence,
Hmm.
which we can understand is a good thing. We don't know exactly why it's such a good thing, but it's a good thing. The ultimate yichud of Hashem. Hashem is the only one, and everything is Hashem. So that's the story of Hashishi, as much as I can. Oh, did you happen to see what your siddur says over there?
No, it just says Hayom Shishi
Without a hay.
without the hay.
So they don't hold like this Pele Yoetz over here.
No.
So here I'm looking at well, how do you like that? I have here a siddur that my dear Chavrusa gave it to me. It's supposed to be like a Kabbalistic siddur. It
Oh,
has
really?
it's a Tok Midvash. It's written. It's with the commentary of the one of Daniel Frisch. He wrote a very simplified commentary of the Zohar that's getting a lot of dissemination today, and so they have his comments on the siddur, and over here by Yom, it just says over here Hayom Yom Shishi Shabbos. They didn't say
Oh.
Hashishi, so I guess they don't hold like the Pele Yoetz either.
I guess not. Wow.
Maybe they have a note on the bottom about it.
No,
Not
not
that
in
I
the
see.
English, not in the English text.
Okay, well,
Oh,
now of course we know that I would assume it's related somehow, although I can't explain to you exactly how. But we do know that in Parshas Bereshis,
yeah, that's what I was just going to look up.
it says Yom HaShishi.
Ah, maybe that's where he gets this from.
And it does not say by all the other days, it says Yom,
Revi, Yom Chamishi, yeah.
right? But only by Shishi, it says Yom HaShishi.
That is correct. Wow.
Well, there's a drasha on that that says that when it says Yom Hashishi, it is because it's referring to Shavuos, because Shavuos is on the sixth day,
Yom
and
HaShishi.
without the acceptance of the Torah, the world would cease to exist.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the
Oh.
way it goes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see
that's a
that.
midrash. Yeah.
See Chumash.
I have a comment from the Kuni. He says the definite article hey before the word shishi indicates this day is distinguished from the other days of creation because this is the one on which all his productive work was completed. So, I wonder what it says about Shabbat.
Oh. Oh.
Well, in Hulu, but that's probably grammar too. Oh no, that's Hashvi'i. Okay, it's not Hashesh.
Yom Hamishi. Now it says Yom. Yom. Not missing. Seem to be missing it over here. Yom Hashishi. Oh, there we go. Yom Hashishi. Hosif Hey Bashishi. So see that? Hashem holds like the Mikubalim. He wrote Yom Hashishi.
That's right.
And like Lou said, it says Yom Hashishi B'Gemar Mas Breshis Loimar Shehisna Imohem Amanas Shekablu Alehem Yisrael. Hashem made a Tanai with the Masa Bereshis that he's creating the whole Masa Bereshis al Tanai. What's the Tanai? Shekablu Alehem Yisrael. Hamisha Chumshei Torah. That Klal Yisrael accepts the Torah. Okay. What does the number 6 have to do with Matan Torah? That's the next Rashi. Davar Acher. Davar Acher. Yom Hashishi kulam teluyim be'omdim ad Yom Hashishi. On that 6th day, on the 6th day, what is the 6th day?
Oh, that's
Shishi Basivan, Amuchan Lamatan Torah. That was the day that was prepared for Matan Torah. Until Moshe Rabbeinu pushed it off a day. That's another story. Okay, but that was the day that was prepared. Okay. So that's Hashishi. All right. Yep. And with that, we will continue to Sorora.
So it's a sin with a shva underneath it?
Yes.
And then underneath the first resh
is a kametz.
And a kametz under the second resh also?
Yes. Okay.
A position of authority is a misfortune which buries one who occupies it. A position of authority. Because he is very prone to arrogance and to the imposition of excessive fear upon the community, not for the sake of heaven. And he is destined to do several things inappropriately and to disparage the honor of individuals or the public, etc. Therefore, a man who desires life must run away from a position of authority. In a place where there are no leaders and he is compelled to assume such a position, a man must galvanize his strength, not to be haughty in his heart, to humble himself, to recognize his low esteem, to be despicable and repulsive in his own eyes, to be careful in the honor of all men. If a leader needs to instill fear in members of the community, he must weigh on a balance and scale of justice how to do it in a way that is befitting the need of the hour. And all of his actions must be for the sake of heaven. He should not rely upon his own understanding. One who listens to advice is wise, and there is salvation in an abundance of counsel. He must pour out his soul before Hashem, that he should guide him with good counsel, that no mishap result from his actions, and that he should not be conceited. So much so, and perhaps there is hope, that he will discharge his obligation, find favor and good understanding in the eyes of Hashem and men, and he will survive. So I don't get this to be despicable and repulsive in his own eyes. I mean, I understand that a person should be humble and he should be guarding against the arrogance involved in the position, but to be despicable and repulsive in his own eyes, that doesn't seem proper.
Let's see, what he's compelled to assume such that a man must galvanize his strength, not to be haughty in his heart, to be humble, to humble himself, to recognize his low esteem, to be despicable and repulsive in his own eyes. I think that what he's referring to is that to be aware of his of the fact that he has done averas, the fact that he has acted or spoken out of turn with a lack of proper derech eretz. And those things are surely despicable and repulsive. And so, so that should, in other words, when he, and that will help him to be careful of the honor of all men, rather than to think of them as being inferior to him. And if he feels that way, he may act with them in a cavalier or a callous or a abrupt manner, which is not befitting their honor. And that's going to cause him to not be able to lead the community. So these are things that he has to be. He has to keep in. He has to remember these things, and really feel that. Even though he's being placed in a position of authority, of seemingly in a superior position to them, in a way of being not in an equal status to them. He has authority over them, but and it's not something that should make him feel superior. It's the authority is given to him so that he can lead the community, and the community should be able to thrive and prosper and serve Hashem, of course. So it's all that's how I understand it. Okay. Shoel. Oh, a round of applause, by the way, for Srora.
Mhm.
I think our time is up, Rabbi.
Okay.
Very good. Yeshkayach.
Yashikoya.
Okay.
Alan,
Yes,
my understanding is they had the class at 4:00 yesterday.
they did. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're gonna have it today also.
they are. I asked him. He said no.
Who'd you ask?
Rabbi Baum.
Oh, he's probably telling you he's not doing it,
Oh, all right.
but Rabbi Meir is.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to go?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pick you up in your Hashem.
Okay.
Okay. See you guys later.
Okay. Bye now.